My wife didn't just betray me once with the air conditioner repairman. She went on to climb into bed with the neighbor. But she didn't expect that a betrayed man like me could turn humiliation into a revelation that the whole town would never forget. I'm Cormac Thorne, 35, living in the coastal town of Eldermoor, a place that seems peaceful but hides the dirtiest secrets. I once thought I was a lucky man when I married Celine Marrow, the woman the whole town admired for her refined appearance and gentle smile. We'd been married for 7 years. I worked as an interior design engineer, and she was an office clerk. Life seemed simple, stable, until that fateful day. It all started with a broken air conditioner. June in Eldermoor was brutally hot. The air conditioner in the living room suddenly stopped working right when I was swamped with a project. Celine called a repairman, a guy named Kyle Dent, younger than me by a few years, rugged, with a smug smile like he knew how good he looked. The first time I met him, nothing stood out. He fixed it, I paid, and I thought that was the end of it. But the air conditioner broke again, the second time, then the third. Each time, Celine said, "I called Kyle, he's quick." I started to feel uneasy. One day, I pretended to leave for work as usual, but turned back after 30 minutes. When I entered the house, I heard giggling from the bedroom, where no air conditioner needed fixing. The door was slightly ajar. I didn't need to push it open. The sight before me hit like a punch to the chest. Celine, the wife I trusted completely, was wrapped around Kyle on our marital bed. I don't remember how long I stood there. When they noticed me, Celine hurriedly pulled the sheet, eyes wide with panic. Kyle scrambled to put on his pants, stammering, "It's not what you think." I laughed. "Not what I think." I didn't make a scene. I just looked at Celine and asked one question. "How long?" She cried, begged, said it was just a moment of weakness, that she still loved me. Kyle slinked away like a rat. I'm not a fool, but I forgave her. Yes, I forgave her, because I thought everyone could make a mistake. I set one condition: it must never happen again. Celine agreed. She swore. I foolishly believed her. Things seemed to settle. Kyle vanished from our lives. But then, a few months later, I noticed Bryce Hollow, the neighbor next door, showing up more often. At first, it was Celine borrowing tools, then tea afternoons for socializing. I didn't suspect right away. Bryce was my drinking buddy, a fun guy, with a wife and kids living away for work. But I hadn't forgotten Kyle's lesson. One evening, I got an email from the security camera system I'd secretly installed after the first betrayal. I'd never checked it until a motion alert came at 2 p.m. when I was at the worksite. I opened the video. Celine let Bryce in. No tools involved. Just flirty glances, a touch too lingering. Within 10 minutes, they disappeared into the bedroom. I sat there, hand gripping the mouse, heart beating oddly calm. This time, I wouldn't forgive. I wouldn't make a scene either. I'd make Celine pay, in a way she'd never expect. I spent the night planning. Our 7th wedding anniversary was coming. I suggested a small party, inviting family, friends, neighbors, including Bryce. Celine eagerly agreed, probably thinking I was still the clueless husband who knew nothing. I hired an event company, requesting a large outdoor screen to show our happy moments over 7 years. Celine was touched by the romance. But what she didn't know was the final video in the playlist. I set it up remotely. When the party began, I smiled, raised my glass, playing the perfect husband one last time. That evening, our backyard glowed with lights. People laughed, clinked glasses, toasting the so-called enduring love. Celine wore the white dress I'd given her last year, looking like a new bride, fake and flawless, enough to make me want to laugh. Bryce was there, relaxed as if he'd never betrayed our friendship to sleep with my wife. I stepped onto the small stage, holding the mic, smiling calmly. Thank you all for coming to celebrate 7 years of marriage with me and Celine. I've prepared a video of our most memorable moments. I hope you'll enjoy it. Applause erupted. Celine looked at me, eyes sparkling like she was truly happy. I looked back, smiling. Just wait. The large screen lit up. The first images appeared. Our wedding, our first trip, Christmas dinner. Everyone smiled, cooed. Then, the final video played. No one noticed anything odd until Celine's voice echoed, not her happy laughter, but the familiar moans I'd heard behind the bedroom door. Murmurs spread through the yard. Images of Celine and Bryce, naked, entwined in this very house, appeared clearly before family and neighbors. Celine's face went pale. She rushed the stage, screaming, "Cormac, Turn it off. What the hell are you doing? I stepped back, looking at her coldly. Just memories, darling. Aren't these memorable moments? Bryce stood frozen, his wife arriving just as the video ended. She glared at him with deadly eyes. The party's atmosphere shattered. Celine's mother collapsed into a chair, and her father just shook his head. I took the mic again, my voice ringing in the heavy silence. Thank you all for coming. By the way, I filed for divorce this morning. Oh, and this house has always been in my name. Celine, you have 24 hours to pack. I stepped off the stage, leaving Celine sobbing amid everyone's scornful stares. Celine tried to cling to me after the party, but I had no feelings left. She begged, blamed loneliness, said I was too busy with work. I only replied, you can find sympathy in your next rented apartment with your lawyer. Bryce was kicked out by his wife that night. The news spread through Eldermoor within hours. Everyone knew, and this time, I wasn't the one laughed at. I was the one who ended the game. A week later, Celine left the house. I stood by the window, watching her moving truck fade away. No resentment, just an odd sense of relief. I got a few messages from acquaintances, some discreet praise for the brilliant performance. I didn't need their praise. The greatest victory was reclaiming myself. Celine tried contacting me a few times after, giving excuses, begging for forgiveness, claiming she had nowhere to go. I didn't respond. Bryce vanished from town, his wife filing for divorce right after that day. I heard Kyle, the repairman, had been kicked out by his wife long ago. Seems Celine wasn't the only one on Kyle's list. I smiled thinking about it. People like them deserved each other. 3 months later, I renovated the house. This time, no traces of the past remained. I met a new woman while working at the design firm. No rush, no dreams like before. I know the value of trust and the limits of forgiveness. Celine sent me a handwritten letter, maybe the only time she was honest after everything. I was wrong, Cormac, but I know you'll never read this letter to the end. She was right. I tore it up after that line. Now, waking up each morning in a quiet house, I no longer wonder who's sneaking behind my back. I learned that when someone betrays you once, it's their fault. But if they betray you twice, and you stay silent, it's your fault. I didn't stay silent. And because of that, I'm free. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge isn't making them suffer, but letting them destroy themselves under the light of truth.